Let's look at the top 20 companies in the marine shipping industry. Kirby is the biggest, 7.3 billion market cap. Next is Matson, all the way down to number 20, not offshore, 221 million market cap. They have the best price to book on this list. If it's highlighted in yellow, that means it's the best in the category. Like for example, Euroseas has the best 5-year annual revenue growth rate, 44%. We're gonna fill in all these columns throughout this video and then see which is the most undervalued and which is the most overvalued. Let's go to Simply Wall Street and look at Kirby. So here's Kirby, last price $125.50. We'll fill that in right here, $125.50. And let's see how it performed in the past year. Up 68% in the past year. Let's add that to the spreadsheet, 68%. Now let's see what Simply Wall Street values the company. So they say it's really undervalued. They're at $255. Let's see what the analyst forecast is. The average analyst prediction. 6 analysts priced this stock at $138. So we'll put $138 in here. Let's add that to the spreadsheet, 6 analysts, and let's see if they show insider activity. They don't show insider activity for every stock, especially for non-US companies. Lots of insider selling. Look at all these sells. Wow. No buying. Let's just add this up. 23 plus 25 is 48. 48 plus 4 is 52. So about 53,000. Let's check out Matson, 4.7 billion market cap. Its last price, 133.31, up 50% in the past year. Not as much as Kirby, but still pretty good. Let's see what Simply Wall Street says, 189.42. So they say it's 30% undervalued. Kirby was 51%, so Kirby's in the lead. 3 analysts give it a price of 152.67. So 152.67, 3 analysts. Not as many as Kirby. Usually the more analysts, the more reliable it is. Let's look for insider trading activity. Lots of sells. It's a really long list of sells, no buys. Same thing with Kirby. Let's see. So 14 plus 46 is 60, plus 5 is 65, plus 18 is 83. 83 plus 2, 85. 85,000 sold. Let's put that here, 85,000. Nothing purchased. Kirby's done the best in the past year, up 68%, and it's the most undervalued according to Simply Wall Street. But according to the analysts, MATX is the most undervalued. Next is Hafnia, ticker HAFN. Last price $620, down 4.5% in the past year. $620, down 4.5%. This is really undervalued, $22.46 for Simply Wall Street. Let's put that in here, $22.46. That's the new leader. Let me highlight that. Okay, let's see what the analyst prediction is. 5 analysts at 901. They say it's 45% undervalued. So let me move the highlighting down. So now Hafnia is leading the way with Simply Wall Street 72% undervalued and the analysts 45%. There's 2 insider sells, no buys. The sells are big, 1.25 million shares. Let me add 1.25 million and no buys. 3 straight goose eggs for insider shares purchased. Let's look at Zim, the popular Zim. This stock was crazy when it first came out, paying a huge dividend. $22.80, 180%. So that's the leader now, 180% for Zim. Let's see Simply Wall Street's valuation, $39.61, 42% undervalued. Let's go back to the spreadsheet, $39.61. Let's look at the analyst prediction. Hopefully it's a lot of analysts. 7 analysts at $17.01. So $17.01 analyst price, 7 analysts. They don't have insider activity. This is pretty common for non-US companies on Simply Wall Street. The next stock you might have bought by accident when you try to buy Google, you bought Goggle, G-O-G-L, Golden Ocean. Let's go to Simply Wall Street. See if I type in G-O-G-L, Golden Ocean, right below it is Alphabet. 1085 up 46%, 46%, 1085. Now let's see Simply Wall Street's valuation. Wow, 57.45, 81%, 57.45. If you want the spreadsheet, email me. My email is in the description of the video and I can send it to you. 81% is the most undervalued. Now let's look at the analyst prediction. I have a feeling it's not going to be as undervalued. Simply Wall Street tends to have really undervalued stocks because they use a really low WACC sometimes. And their free cash flow forecast is a bit aggressive. 45.34. So the analyst prediction is 1576. 4 analysts. 1576. 4 analysts. Oh, it's tied. It's tied with Hafnia at 45%. There's one sell for 200,000 shares. They sold for 1262. And you can see who sold. It's probably someone that works at the company. Let's put that into the spreadsheet. 200,000. 500. Okay. So we have a new leader. GOGL is the most undervalued stock so far. Let's go to Starbulk, SBLK. 1935, 4.7. Okay, let's see the valuation from Simply Wall Street. 50.81. Not the most undervalued, but it's pretty undervalued. Let's go to the analyst prediction. And the analyst prediction is 2860, 7. 2860 prediction, 7 analysts. So that's the most undervalued according to analysts. So there's no insider activity on this stock. Let's look at Costamare, CMRE, 1366.50. Now let's look at the valuation, 2357. So it's 42% undervalued. Analyst stock price prediction 14, 2 analysts. 2 analysts. No insider activity, so we'll put 0 and 0. Danos, DAC, 82.84, 26%. Let's see what Simply Wall Street's prediction is. 119.56. So 31%. 2 analysts at 102. 102 and 2. Almost everything's undervalued except Zim. It's overvalued by the analysts. And there's no insider activity on this stock. Next is Navios, NMM, 57.51, 157. 157%. It's pretty good. Not as good as Zim, but it's pretty good. Let's see what Simply Wall Street's valuation is. 51.38. That's a surprise. It's overvalued. 82.50. 2 analysts. So the analysts say it's undervalued. And this has 2 buys, no sells. So about 350,000. Next is Cadeler, CDLR, 2715 NA. Maybe it's a new stock. NA 2715. Wow, this is really undervalued. 221.88. 221.88. We have a winner. 88%. 88%. I'll show you their DCF. Why it's so undervalued. They use a really low WACC, 7%. Like, let's go back to Zim. I bet you Zim's WACC is a lot higher. Here's Zim's valuation. Let's look at the data. So Zim's WACC is almost 12%. That's why it's not nearly as undervalued as that other stock. Okay, let's go back to CDLR. So they use a really low WACC, 7%, and they predict the next 10 years of free cash flow. 2025 is negative. This stock has no analyst estimates. So we'll put NA. So NA, okay, 0 estimates. Probably not going to be any insider activity since it's a non-US company. No insider activity. We'll put 0, 0. The next one is ECO. Up 5.5%, last price 29. Simply Wall Street's valuation is 58.51. 58.51. 4 analysts at 38.53. 38.53. 4. So this stock seems undervalued. There's insider buying, about 34,000 shares. Next is Genco Shipping, GNK, 20.6%, 1586. 20.6, 1586. Now let's see Simply Wall Street valuation. They're at 110.91. 86% undervalued. Really close, but just a little behind 88%. 2369, 7 analysts. And we have a new winner in this category, 49%. There's 5 sells, 1 buy. Both the buys and sells are pretty big. The same person bought and then sold. George bought 2.3 million shares in December. 6 months later, he sold 1.7 million. Also 668,000, 339,000. So it looks like he sold what he bought. Actually, no, he sold a little more than he bought. So 2.3, 2.8. 2.3, 2.8. Next is Ardmore, the 13th biggest company. 5.8, 1480. Simply Wall Street's at 21. 30% undervalued. 5 analysts at 22.20. And they say it's 50% undervalued, and there's no insider activity. Next is Himalaya Shipping, HSHP, 41.5, 661. Okay, let's look at evaluation. 30 spot 14. 78%. 973 and 4 analysts. 3 insider buys, no sells. 86,000. Euroseas, ESEA. 65%, 41.94. These stocks have done really well the past year. There's a lot of correlation in the market, especially within the same industry, and if the companies are fairly similar. Wow, look at this. 7/1983. Holy cow. 94%. So let's just highlight this one. It's like they're giving the stock away for free. 94%. Must have a really low whack. 11% whack? It doesn't seem possible. Let's see what the stock has been trading lately. Okay, so it was $1,600 a share at one point. It wasn't actually $1,600. This is reverse stock splits. So they probably did like a 10-for-1 reverse stock split around here. So it was like 16 bucks at its peak, and then you 10x everything from the past. 3 analysts at 60 bucks. That seems more reasonable. No insider activity, so we're gonna put 0 and 0. Pangaea Logistics, Pan L. There's Pan W. I'm sure you heard of Pan W, Palo Alto, but this is Pan L. 6.5, 627. Let's see Simply Wall Street, 25.34. Everything is rock bottom prices, 75% undervalued. Let's see what the analysts say. 3 analysts at 10.08. There's 1 buy and a bunch of sells. 120,000, 14,000. 120, 123, 14,000. C-Core, SMHI, shaking my head, idiot. 38%, 873 is negative 38%. It's a big difference. 873. They don't value this stock. Let's put NA, Simply Wall Street. No analyst predictions. This is not a good sign. Nobody's looking at the stock. There's 3 sells, no buys. 47,500. Next is Gas S, 5.7%, 607. Simply Wall Street at 27.40. 78% undervalued. No analyst predictions. So let's put NA in 0. No insider activity. So 0 and 0. We're getting there. Diana Shipping, DSX. Negative 31%, 227. The valuation on Simply Wall Street is 347, 35%. Let's see the analyst prediction. No analyst predictions. So we'll put NA once again, 0. No insider activity, or at least none that was posted. Not 31. Let's look at KNOP, not offshore. Not 13%, 635. And let's see what Simply Wall Street values them. 28.52, 78%. 28.52. 28.52. Now let's see if any analysts predict this stock. I have a feeling they will. 2 at 12.50. No insider trading activity. Once again, they get no love. So Zim has done the best in the past year. The most undervalued, according to Simply Wall Street, is Euroseas. According to the analysts, Ardmore Shipping. But pretty much the entire portfolio is undervalued. So if you bought any of these stocks, according to the analysts, you're probably going to make money. The average on Simply Wall Street is 71%, and the average on the analysts is 45%. It's so hard to find an overvalued stock on Simply Wall Street. I'm not sure if they do that on purpose, but I really don't trust any of these sites. I only trust myself And even then I'm wrong a lot as well, but that's part of the process. That's how you learn. If you want to learn more about the delivery process in the shipping industry, the actual shipping of products, click on the video on the top right. Thanks for watching.